Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. English Channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emily.
And I'm Paul. Hi, Emily. How are you today?
Hi, Paul. I'm doing great, thank you. The sun is shining, and I'm so happy to be here with you and all our amazing listeners. How about you?
I'm fantastic, Emily. Really good. It's always a pleasure to talk about English with you and with everyone listening.
Yes, it is. Before we start our super fun chat today, remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Mr. English Channel. It really helps us a lot.
Yes, please do. Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new episodes.
That's right. Ding, ding. So, Paul, today we're going to talk about something super important for learning English: conversation.
Ah, yes. Conversation is key. It's how we truly use the language, right? Not just knowing words, but using them.
Exactly. It's how we connect with people, how we share ideas, and how we learn new things. Sometimes people are a little shy to start speaking.
Yes, I understand that feeling. When I was learning Spanish, I felt a bit nervous at first. What if I make a mistake? What if they don't understand me?
Oh, I totally get that. It's a very common feeling. But the good news is, everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers sometimes.
That's true. It's part of the learning process. The important thing is to just start. Don't worry too much about perfection. Just try to communicate.
Yes, communication is the goal. So let's imagine we are meeting someone new. What's usually the first thing we say, Paul?
Well, after a polite hello or hi, I usually ask, "How are you?" or "How's your day going?" Simple, friendly questions.
Perfect. And what if someone asks you, "How are you?" What do you say?
I usually say, "I'm good, thanks. And you?" Or "I'm doing well. Thank you for asking." It's polite to ask back.
Yes, that's a great tip. Always ask the other person back. It shows you are interested in them, not just in talking about yourself.
Good point. It keeps the conversation flowing. So, after the "how are you" part, what's next?
Well, you can talk about simple things. For example, the weather. It's always a good topic, right? It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, the weather is a classic conversation starter. "It's a bit cold today," or "I hope it doesn't rain." Everyone can relate to the weather.
So we have greetings and the weather. What other easy topics can we use to keep a conversation going?
You can talk about your hobbies. What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, that's a good one. And what if someone asks you that, Paul? What do you usually say?
I might say, "I like to read books," or "I enjoy playing tennis," or even, "I like watching movies." Something simple and true.
That's great. And you can then ask a follow-up question. For example, if Paul says, "I like reading books," I can ask, "Oh, what kind of books do you like?"
Yes, exactly. Follow-up questions are like magic. They show you are listening and you want to know more. It's like, "Tell me more," without saying, "Tell me more."
That's a good way to put it. So, Paul, what kind of books do you like?
I really like historical novels, and sometimes a good mystery. How about you, Emily? What are your hobbies?
I love to walk in the park, especially when it's sunny, and I enjoy cooking new recipes. It's fun to try different foods.
Oh, that sounds lovely. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Hmm, that's a tough question. I really like making Italian food, like pasta. It's delicious.
Pasta. Yum. See? We're having a nice conversation about hobbies. It's easy.
Yes, another good topic is work or studies. You can ask, what do you do? Or are you a student?
And if someone asks me, what do you do? I can say, I'm a teacher, or I work in an office. Keep it simple at first.
And then you can ask, oh, what do you teach? Or what do you do in the office? More follow-up questions.
Yes, always. It's like a tennis game, right? You hit the ball, and they hit it back.
That's a wonderful analogy, Paul. A conversation is like playing tennis. You need to keep the ball in play.
So, we've talked about hobbies, work, and the weather. What if the conversation slows down? What can we do to keep it going?
Hmm. Sometimes you can talk about recent events or things happening around you. Like, did you see the new movie that just came out? Or there's a new coffee shop on Main Street.
Oh, that's a good idea. Something current. It makes the conversation feel fresh.
Yes, exactly. Or you can talk about food and drinks. Everyone loves food. Do you like coffee? What's your favorite restaurant?
Oh, absolutely. Food is a universal language. Have you tried the new pizza place downtown? Or, what's your favorite type of food?
Mm-hmm. Those are great. And remember, you don't need to have a long, complicated answer. Simple answers are good, like, yes, I love coffee, or my favorite food is sushi.
And if you don't know the answer, or you don't have a favorite, it's okay to say, I don't know. I like many things. Or, I haven't thought about it.
Yes, honesty is good. You don't need to invent something. Just be yourself.
Another thing I find helpful is to show interest with my face and body, like nodding, smiling, or saying, "Oh, really?" or "Wow."
Oh, that's super important. It shows you're engaged, not just listening with your ears, but with your whole self.
Yes. And a little or I see shows you are following along. It makes the other person feel heard.
Sometimes people worry about their English accent. They think they need to sound like a native speaker.
That's a common worry, but it's really not important. Your accent is part of who you are. What matters is being understood.
Yes, focus on clear pronunciation, not a perfect accent. People appreciate the effort, and they will understand you.
Absolutely. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I had a very strong English accent, but people understood me, and they were patient.
That's a great experience to share, Paul. It shows that people are usually very kind when you are trying to speak a new language.
They really are. And it's a good feeling when you communicate something successfully, even if it's a simple sentence.
It's a wonderful feeling, like a small victory. What if you don't understand something the other person says?
Ah, good question. Don't be afraid to ask them to repeat or speak slowly. You can say, "Could you please repeat that?" Or, "Could you say that more slowly, please?"
Yes, those phrases are very useful. Or even simpler, pardon or sorry. It's much better to ask than to pretend you understand.
Exactly. Because if you pretend, then the conversation can get lost later. It's better to clarify in the moment.
And what if you don't know a word?
You can describe it. For example, if you don't know the word umbrella, you can say, "It's the thing you use when it rains to keep you dry."
Oh, that's a fantastic tip. It shows creativity and helps the other person understand. They might even teach you the word.
Yes, exactly. And that's how you learn new words in a real conversation. It's very effective.
So, Paul, can you share an experience where you had a nice conversation with someone in a new language?
Yes, I remember when I was in Mexico, I met a woman at a local market. I wanted to buy some fruit, but I didn't know the names of all the fruits in Spanish.
Oh, interesting. What happened?
I pointed to a fruit and tried to describe it. I said, "Es rojo y pequeño y es dulce." It's red and small and it's sweet. She understood immediately and told me it was a fresa, a strawberry.
That's a great story. You used your limited vocabulary, but you communicated effectively. And you learned a new word.
Yes, and then we started talking about the market, and she told me about other local fruits. It was a simple conversation, but very enjoyable, and I learned a lot.
That's a perfect example of how small conversations can be so rewarding. My experience is similar. When I first started learning French, I was very shy.
I can imagine. It's a big step to use a new language.
Yes, but one day I was in a bakery in Paris and I wanted to order a croissant. I knew the word croissant, of course.
Of course, essential French vocabulary.
Right. But then the baker asked me something and I didn't understand. I just smiled and said, "Un croissant, s'il vous plaît." "A croissant, please." And she just smiled back and gave me a delicious croissant.
Sometimes a smile and a simple phrase are all you need.
Exactly. Then I pointed to a pastry and asked, "What is that?" And she told me the name. It started very simply, and then I asked more questions. It wasn't perfect, but I got my delicious pastry and practiced my French.
See? These small interactions are so important. They build confidence.
They really do. And it shows that people are generally happy to help you.
So, Emily, what are some practical tips for our listeners to practice their conversation skills?
That's a great question, Paul. First, don't be afraid to start small. You don't need to have a deep philosophical conversation. Simple hellos and how are yous are perfect.
Yes, start with baby steps. Like our tennis game analogy, just hit the ball back.
Exactly. Second tip, listen actively. Pay attention to what the other person is saying. This helps you ask good follow-up questions.
Active listening is super important. It shows respect, and it helps you understand better, and it helps you find new topics to talk about.
My third tip is to find opportunities to speak, even if it's just practicing with yourself in the mirror or with a language partner online.
Oh yes, a language partner is fantastic. You can find people online who are also learning English and practice together.
You can also talk to shopkeepers, baristas, or anyone you meet who speaks English, even if it's just for a minute or two. Every little bit helps.
Yes, every little bit adds up. My fourth tip, don't worry about mistakes. Seriously, nobody is perfect. Mistakes are part of learning. Embrace them.
That's so true, Paul. Mistakes are like stepping stones. You learn from them and move forward.
And my final tip is to be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time. Some days will be easier, some will be harder. Keep going.
That's wonderful advice, Paul. Patience is key. And remember to celebrate your small victories. Every time you have a conversation in English, even a short one, it's a victory.
So, Emily, we've talked a lot about conversation today. It's been fun.
It has been, Paul. I hope our listeners feel more confident now about starting their own conversations in English.
I hope so too. Remember, practice makes progress, not necessarily perfect. Just keep trying.
Yes, exactly. And remember, communication is the goal, not perfection. Just try to express your ideas.
That's the spirit. So, before we say goodbye for today, Emily, what should our listeners do?
Well, first, thank you so much for listening to Mr. English Channel. We love having you here. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Yes, hit that subscribe button. And remember to like this episode if you enjoyed our chat about conversation.
And please share this episode with your friends, your family, or anyone who wants to learn English and feel more comfortable speaking.
And finally, we'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us, what is your favorite simple conversation starter in English?
Oh, that's a great question. We can't wait to read your answers.
Yes, we love reading your comments. They help us make better content for you.
Thank you again for joining us today on Mr. English Channel. We'll be back soon with more fun and easy English lessons.
Bye, everyone. Keep practicing.
See you next time. Bye-bye.